soy. Soy comes in many different ways, but soy is one of those amazing vegetables that contains almost all of the amino acids and the protein that we need. It was from China, very popular in the Asian countries of Korea and Japan also. So I want to show you the different ways you can purchase it. Number one, milk. What they've done is they've taken the soybeans and they have squeezed and made milk out of them. This is very good for people who are lactose intolerant or allergic to cow's milk. And it also provides a variety in the diet, which is one of those things I think most of us are always looking for, is variety. It's great on cereal. Use it just like milk. I prefer it cold. I always refrigerate it. It comes in the packages that you can keep in the food storage, so it's a very economical way to do that. You can also get soy nuts. Now, soy nuts are made from the more advanced mature bean, but they're just toasted and great for a snack. You can mix them up with other, snack foods like nuts or the little bitty cracker things and make your own mix. Great thing for hors d'oeuvres. And then you can get it frozen, and these are the immature, small, well actually they're big, beans. And inside, when you open one of these up, that's how big they are. Now I'm going to show you how to cook those in just a second. Very, very delicious though. And then over here, I have tofu. Now there's two kinds of tofu. One comes in this kind of box, which is really interesting because what they do is they make the tofu in the box. They pour all the ingredients in. I'm sure it's done in a certain way. They seal the box and it makes the tofu. Very, very sanitary way to do it. There's also the kind that comes and it's tofu and it's in water and it usually sits in the fresh produce section. Now I'm not showing you that one today because I find that you have to use that within 3 days. And I find this other one is much more, well, it's a better way to keep it in the house, especially if you don't know if you like tofu or not. I like this one. It's real silky. It tastes more, it feels more like pudding. It doesn't have the rougher texture of the one that's in the water. And you can keep the box on the shelf for quite a long time. So let's see how you cook the frozen edamame. Now when it's like this, it's called edamame, and then it's called milk here, and then we have the soy nuts and we have the tofu. They're all soy. They're all made from the soybean. So on this one, over here I have had this one cooking. You put the frozen ones, you don't thaw them, you put them directly into the pot, bring it to a boil, and if you'll notice how they've changed texture, this is the frozen one, and now they're like plumped up, they're green, a couple of them are coming open, because what happens is each one of these little pods becomes like a little steamer basket for each one of the little beans. So after they get done, let me move this stuff, you can bring them out onto a tray, and then you can do it from all different kinds of directions. You could just take these, let them cool for a little while, and then you can pop the beans out, and you'll notice that some of them have started coming out, and they are hot. I can touch it, and it's hot. Now, in the Japanese culture, a lot of them, when they serve it on a tray, they put a little puddle of salt, and then you pick it up, and you dip the end in salt, and you eat that, just like that. Very, very good. If you're on a low salt diet, of course, you don't want to do that. But it does add a lot of texture, and it's amazing how much salt you can add before you start tasting it. So they must absorb it very well. I love edamame. I love to eat it just like this. You can then put them onto salads. You can just add it whole, to a hot dish. You can mix it with other vegetables, especially like with carrots. Wonderful color contrast. And in the Asian countries, carrots are very popular. So that's the way to use the freshest way to eat them. Now, when you are also eating those, you do not eat the shells. Very tough. And in most of the cultures where this is a very common vegetable, and it is grown in the United States, this is usually used for livestock feed because it's really tough and it never gets really soft. But it's a great little basket for steaming those. So that is your edamame. I suggest you get this and try it. First of all, it doesn't look much different. You can use it like the lima beans or green peas in any recipe. Just substitute them for that. You might want to cook them first if you're using canned peas. You might want to cook them from the raw state, just take them out of the containers, because when you get it frozen, you can actually peel this open and get them out. you go on the right side, you can open it and you can take them out. They're just sitting in there waiting to be plucked. And then you can put those in your cooking. Add them to soups, add them to stews. You know, and especially if you're doing a bean mixture and you're cooking the beans in the pressure cooker like I've taught, you can add these after the other dried beans come out, and it adds a really nice flash of green to all of the dried beans. And then they taste really well together. I highly encourage you doing this. The nutritional values, there's everything in edamame. And it's the only stage of the soybean where there is so much nutrition. Now, I wanted to show you the tofu. Now, I know people, a lot of people I know go, ooh, what's tofu? Well, tofu is the soy, and in this one, you just take it out of the box. Get it out, come on, come on. There it goes. And look how creamy that is. Now see, this is a box, they poured it all in. They filled it up with the ingredients and it made tofu. It doesn't have a lot of juice to it. Now, you might want to, in some of the recipes, it says to press it. Press your tofu. And it doesn't matter if you have this kind that's in the box or the kind that comes in the water. You just put it into a strainer of some kind. And I want to show you the inside of this one. Let me cut this. This is like pudding. You see how soft, how fine that is? And that's the reason why I like this kind, because you can puree it, make dips out of it. It doesn't have that texture that the other regular kind that has. There's no toughness to it. There's no, it's just grainier. And this is so smooth, it's like eating pudding. Now you have to use the two in different ways. This one is mainly used for dips or just slicing it up very easily. It's so easy to slice. And you can cube it. That is just the most gorgeous stuff. See, all the way through. You can just cube it and saute it. It likes to absorb stuff. Now, to make it absorb better, what you want to do is you want to put it in, both kinds, into a strainer. And then you cover the tofu. I usually use wax paper and sit a can on it to weight it down, and it will take away all the liquid that's in there. Well, most of it, not all of it. So go to my website, and I have a lot more information. And there's different grades of tofu, and I have that also listed.